Hey y'all, it's Andrew Reed. Well, and Samantha Reed.
Hi.
And Aisling's coming with us, but I don't know if she wants to be on camera yet, so I'll wait till I ask her. But we are filming episode 2 of Prospectors, our bioprospecting adventures. And today, we're going out on the Mossback Rover. So, we're gonna go hit a place called Turkey Island. It's some TWRA public property, so we are allowed to do this. And we're leaving all the gardens and everything behind. We had a good work day. Teddy is very excited about it. You excited, Teddy? Are you excited? Let that dog go. That wind's bad, but in case you can't tell, Teddy is really excited. He wants to get in the truck. He loves riding on the kayaks. So, anyways, we just got done today. This week we've got a mentorship in. And we've been teaching and talking and doing all those exciting things, and got a bunch of orders out Monday, Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, and we're excited to get on the water. I'm trying to spend a little bit of time on the water every week. It's good for the blood pressure, let me tell you. So what's that face about? We're heading out. It's a 3-man crew today. Pretty excited. I'll see you guys when we're back at the water. All right, well, let's take that back, because now we've got a 4th person joining us. So, you know, it's not a trip unless you start twice. So we're gonna make sure that kayak's drained, load it up, and then I'll see you guys back at the water. Okay, actually, why don't we kind of talk about this for a moment? So this is my build. So I have a Newport. This is a 36-pound thrust motor. I have a 55-pound. I'm using this one because I actually like this a lot more for a lot of things. This is a battery. My gosh, lithium battery and a smart pack. And I love this thing. I can charge my phone. I can do all kinds of stuff. I can get about 3.5 hours of full throttle with this thing on that battery. The 55-pound thrust only get maybe 2.5 hours of full throttle. And then, so we've got the various kayaks here and paddles, and Brody's trying to stay desperately out of camera. And this beastie is the Mossback Rover for now. It's just a sit on top of fishing kayak. We use that leash. If I'm in the shallows, I can drag my kayak behind me, but I can also use that to tow people. I'm going to take this chair out so they can put this other kayak in, but they're about to load this thing up, so. She does not like these seats. Hey, look, see, there's the kayak, dog. No, I didn't get it, honey. All right, guys, so we're here at the lake. This is Bird Spring put in. I'm going to try still got that cough. I'm going to try to protect you guys from the wind somewhat. I'll try to get some footage along the way, but we're going to book it. We're going to that. Well, oh my gosh, I cannot see the sun. Okay, I'm just going to flip. There's an island right out there that we're going to. So again, it's not a very far trip. Won't take us long to get there. So we're going to hit the water. I'll try to get some wildlife shots along the way because I've brought my wildlife lens with me and the DSLR camera. And yeah, I'll see what I can get you guys, but we're going out for an adventure. Got 4/5 of the family with me, so pretty exciting.
So we have landed on the island.
This one on the left.
This one.
No, left.
This
And
one.
No, left.
This one.
Yes.
Andrew is stuck in the mud.
Just wrap it around and hook it to the rope.
So we are going to pull him out.
I am stuck up to my knee. I stepped out and I immediately sank. So, I'll help you. Yeah. I'm going to need you to probably put the drink down and go slow because my sandal is stuck in the muck. Okay, here we go. Yeah!
Good job.
Good boy.
Do you?
Thank you. Can I please put that on the channel? Okay, thank you.
Aww. Have you retained both sandals?
I have not lost my sandal.
Okay, and then I've lost my paddle.
Well, that's easy. Thank you, Aislinn. Thank you, Brody. You guys did good.
And Teddy's having a fiasco over here. Aren't you, Teddy?
Yes, but be careful because
It's fairly rocky and it's very mucky.
It is very rocky and very mucky.
swimming's better on the other side, on the main channel side where it's all shale.
So this is where we have to come from.
No, on the other side of the island.
And then there's a bunch of private
You guys-
residences
If you
behind
want to
us.
Swim, just be very careful.
But this is pretty much the total area we'll be bioprospecting. Teddy's already got a head start. A lot of scraggliness. We might find something interesting.
That was a little scary. Deer tracks. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see those. Well, in fact, you can see the deer trail right there. Yeah. So, right there. Right there's the deer trail. That's where I was thinking about going, but this is like, I mean, I brought the machete, but this is pretty impenetrable thicket. I'm gonna have to, would not want to get bogged down here. I'm gonna go down that way a little bit and see if I can't find a better spot to enter the woods. In fact, it gets clearer after a couple of feet. So these islands all get that way. The edges fill up with greenery and vinage and brush because it has plenty of sunlight. Law of the minimum. Plenty of soil, plenty of water, of course, being right here on the lake. So sunlight on these islands can oftentimes be a limiting factor for growth. To give you guys kind of an idea of what I mean, you can still see the water here and the sun's still up. We still got a couple hours of sunlight and it's dark in here. It's really dark. All right, so it keeps trying to crank up and I keep trying to turn down the natural, but what'd you find? A golf ball. That's one of the disappointing things about these islands on Lake Cherokee is that the lake's actually pretty clean for the most part, but my goodness, do you find a lot of trash. But we have found a nice little trail. I think it's a game path, but people could use it, I guess. I did bring a little help, so it's my favorite machete. It's a World War II Marine Corps machete. I just like these things. I've tried out tons of machetes and these things are the best. It's like the one version they used in the Pacific back in World War II. Sturdy. So I'm hoping we had a bunch of tornado stuff run through last night too. So we'll see if we can find anything. I'm not seeing a lot though. And normally you'd see stuff by now. All right, so I have found one of the things I'm looking for. So this time of year, let's see, we're in late May. I'm looking for some of the summertime stuff. So we got a very warm year early so far. Look how grainy I look at. ISO is really working hard and it's dark. But I have found what I believe to be more of that xylaria that I found up at Glenmore last episode, which I have cloned. And we'll have photos on my Instagram. That's another good thing to say real quick is that, hey, if you guys want to see more of my how-tos, my behind the scenes, cloning, upcoming strains, things like that, follow my Instagram, Moss Creek Mushrooms, and follow the Mycologeum. So both of those are where I do a lot more of my how-tos. I'm going to be doing some YouTube shorts from stuff as well, but I just haven't started that SOP yet. So let's take a look at what we got here. So here's what we got. And like I said, it appears to be dead moth's toes, dead man's fingers. It looks like dead moth toes to me, the bigger Xylaria species. These things are great for spalting. I'll be having a spalting pack open back up very soon with a variety of black lines and color spalts. But I'm gonna get this thing bagged and tagged, and I'm gonna keep looking for some stuff. Well, in typical mushroom hunting fashion, it took me a while to find one, and then within a couple of feet, we've not even packed up and left, and there we are, we found another one. And I have no idea what this is yet, but this usually means you're on. So usually whenever it looks like I've gotten high enough, I think that maybe the ground closer to shore was muddy, as we saw from me being stuck knee deep. But it didn't stop there. I've had to literally just climb these muddy embankments. Oh, don't eat it, Ted. Teddy does love mushrooms. All right, let's see what we got here. I don't know my ground-dwelling guild mushrooms very well, so take some reference photos and stuff, but this thing's old, could be cloned. It doesn't look like it's coming off anything, but I'll just scoop the soil back a little bit and see if it is. If it's not coming off wood, I don't have a lot of hope for it taking well from me. I mean, I can. I mean, I've cloned stuff like the vomiter and things like that before, but it's always better because I know better for me if I can find white rot fungi. But if you look here, most of this stuff that we're in is really just, it's conifer, junipers, you know, commonly called down here cedar, even though there aren't any actual cedars in North America, I don't think. But it's almost entirely conifer, and so this is not my best typical hunting ground, but I think a little bit higher up I see some hardwood. But we're gonna have to scoot because this is just a quick trip today. We worked all day till about 7 o'clock. Yeah, 9 to 7 today, and then more time bioprospecting. Mushroom season's always like this, though. It's slammed, but it's good. I love my job. All right, so this thing was growing on wood, but I tracked it down to this root, which is still alive, and that was connected at the point there. So I'm going to bag it. My guess is it's mycorrhizal, because this is still alive. Oh, Samantha just found another one over here. Is it the same kind?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wish I knew. I'm going to have to start hunting with Eddie. Maybe he can be a guest. Oh, Eddie Rockefeller, he knows his mushrooms. Alan Rockefeller would be a good one to go with too, but he's all the way across the country. Let's see. It feels gilled. It's kind of a similar color. I think that's the same thing. We'll take that one for cloning. Leave the bigger one here to spore and rot a little bit more.
Want me to dig it up, or?
Let's take some reference photos first. I gotta turn my phone off for that. All right, so it is. I'm gonna leave this guy here, but I'm gonna prop him up. I'm gonna prop him up so that he can deliver some spores around here. But we're gonna head up a little bit and keep looking. Then we're gonna get back to the kids and get back to Doc. So I'm gonna put away my hoary, which is already in there. Got my samples and some fruit. Ugh. I'm a fruity kind of guy. All right. That's one of the bad things about this machete, is it blends in so well, but I didn't see it at first. I was trying to figure out where it was. How much sunlight do you think we got left, babe? Probably time to go. Okay. I saw that, the parchment fungus, but I'm just not I don't know, I like them, but they're so hard to clone. Well, we're back to shore. I think we actually have a little bit more time. based on the light levels we got here, but it's so hard to tell when you get back there, further back in the island. And really, we didn't get very deep today. I like the other side of the island a lot more. I've explored it a lot more, so maybe I'll do that on the next one, because that's a lot more hardwood. We still have a good bit of hardwood, but most of it's not dead. So here's some nice rotten trees here. That looks like a good candidate. That proximity to water, it'll probably be covered as the lake continues to fill. And then this whole thing, I've seen logs like this, or spars, that'll produce they'll produce tons and tons, tons of reishi. So I'm trying to say, but hey. There we go, looky. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a polypore. And we know how Andrew feels about polypores. Some coloration back there, which makes me think maybe young latte bracket, maybe. There's not enough material to really tell, but we end up having more rain, and we will, because this is that time of year. Ooh, there we go. Because it's that time of year, these will all be covered up soon in water. Water should get at least up to about there. So take some photos and go from there. All right, so we're gonna start working on getting rid of this polypore. We'll grab a sample bag, and then for this kind of work, these young soft polypores like this, my favorite tool is just a buck knife. And let me get to that. Let me flip this camera around. Alright, so here's some hillbilly ingenuity, right? We're gonna lean up against this. Okay. So usually just take a buck knife, and I've got all these fresher specimens on the other side of the log. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this section, this big section, and this big one right here. And then what I'll do is I like to take a little bit behind the mushroom into the bark if the wood's soft enough, and just kind of work these polypores out. This one's soft enough, I can probably clone it just fine. But right there. So we got really pretty pores. So a spider. It is getting darker quicker now. We need to probably get a move on. Oh man, that has got an incredible smell. It's like flowers, like butterweed, or like oh man, I don't even know. Like, it's sickly sweet kind of smelling. Like I could definitely just sit there and smell that forever. Okay. Time to clean the old knife and get in the boats and get home. I'm just happy to have found a polypore, because these are my favorite. I guess we'll actually, let's take a, well, I'm heading back to the boat. Let's take a word from our sponsor, shall we? Imagine a world where the most unique, rare, and powerful mushroom strains are preserved, studied, and shared with growers like you. That's exactly what we're building with the Mycologeum, a living archive of fungal biodiversity, sourced from the wild, expanded in the lab, and made available for researchers, growers, and curious minds alike. But here's the best part. You can be a part of it. If you're a bioprospector, a forager, or just someone who loves finding cool mushrooms in the wild, you can send in your samples. If you send me in a wild mushroom and I can successfully clone it, I'll send you back a cleaned up culture of it. If you send me a culture that you've already cleaned up yourself, I'll send you one for our library, ready to grow, experiment with, or add to your collection. That's right. Culture for culture. You help expand the library, and you get something amazing in return. The goal? To preserve fungal diversity, to give people access to new genetics, and maybe, just maybe, to discover something truly groundbreaking. So if you've got an interesting mushroom, a rare find, or a strain that deserves a place in the archives, send it in. Let's build something incredible together. The Mycologeum, preserving fungal biodiversity, one culture at a time. Want to learn more? Hit us up, shoot us a message, and let's keep spawning culture, y'all. Alright, so I'm back on here at the Mossback Rover. Give you another shot of gear, paddle, motor, battery. I got my life preserver. We got some emergency gear and camera gear. This is my foraging pack, my Bluetooth speaker. There's the wildlife photography setup, which I got stuff in there. You never have enough rope. Water, machete, and then of course, El Capitan. So, looks like Samantha's already scooting. So I better get to going. Kids are already scooting. So we're heading out. Alright y'all, so it's getting a little too dark to really do much more filming. You can see my phone is working overtime with the ISO, but we are loaded up. We are headed back to headquarters. We drop off samples and stuff, and then come back in tomorrow morning for a mentorship. So it's been a good time on the lake. Everybody's lights are coming on back there. Wind is really kicking up. It's been fun. It's been challenging. I think we're gonna call it keep spawning culture, y'all.